So this week I decided to go back and take a couple of the silhouettes I made previously and bring them into this week's monster doodle and see what I can come out of that. The first one, of course, was this one I had started to work out a little bit previously that I nicknamed Shroomkin. This one actually was a silhouette from before I did the shroom guy, and kind of partially why I was inspired that week to do a mushroom fungus type of creature. But I really wanted to get back to doing this one, which is why I decided to do this this week. I feel I spent a lot of time on this one trying to vary the type of mushrooms and the shapes that I'm using. I feel like every time I do one of these, though, there's a point while I am doodling where I'm like, this is going to look terrible. It always ends up looking better than I expected. Since I'm not making the silhouettes and I'm going back and using previously created silhouettes for this, I chose to do two of them this week. I think I've been super into like creating mushroom people lately because of um, a series of encounters that I'm designing for my Dungeons and Dragons game that involves mushroom people called Mitochondrion. I'm pronouncing that wrong, but they're just fungus people that live underground and this big society, and they grow plants, and they're typically fairly peaceful as far as some of the races from the Underdark goes. But I'm creating some adventures involving them for my group. So fungus people have been on my mind as of late, which is probably why I've drawn two different kinds of mushroom-based people so far. But the adventure that I'm working on will have several different factions of mushroom people, as well as some other creatures, natural enemies or competition for territory. When I finalize everything for that part of the game, but I got a couple of weeks till then, so I got time. And once again, like the previous one, I really liked the idea that their feet are more like roots than that kind of spongy pale substance that fungus are made of normally. And then those like little stringy bits on his underside, those are just more roots. Um, it's kind of funny. They look kind of like a pubic hair version of like a loincloth. So after I work on the fungus guy, I have that all done. I pull in the other odd shape that I wanted to like play around with. This one I had no solid idea for what it should be right away, but I'd say within 10 minutes I started getting more and more of a solid idea of what I wanted it to turn to. And I thought maybe it should have some horns, but that didn't look good. Um, so I just kind of like expanded upon what I sketched out there to begin with. And there's a slight pause there because I pulled up some reference. Somebody asked me the other day to stop doing that they would like to see something other than fungus or reptiles. So I told them I would do insectoids next week. See what kind of weird insect monsters I can come up with. Maybe that's what I'll do later today, is go and see about finding some additional reference for that beforehand, so that I'm not like halfway into one of these doodles and going looking for reference. And the whole time I was thinking about this, I was like, this is kind of like a weird pet that a like a troll would have. Not your usual internet troll, but like I live under bridges and eat goats type of troll. Overall, I'm really happy with how this guy turned out. And if you're really interested, the guys over at Monster a Day for 5e Dungeons and Dragons, they statted this creature. One of the guys took it and ran with it. However, it's not called a troll dog. He renamed it Crocanine, something like that. It looks like it's supposed to be spelled out as cocaine, but it's not. And he actually made it a lot more cute in description than I would expect, actually. But I thought it turned out, stat-wise, I thought it turned out really well. I might use those stats in my own game, unless I find a different use for this creature. But yeah, was this week's Monster Doodle. Once again, thanks for popping in and checking out the time-lapse video. Every Monday, I think, is the plan. Every Monday, I will say something on Twitter about when I plan to start a live stream of the Doodles over on Twitch, and then hopefully the following day or the day after, I will have these time-lapse videos up afterwards. But yeah, thank you for watching, and have a good week.